Hi, welcome back to Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Journey. All right, and the Journey is another major life lessons card, and we've had 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 major life lessons cards during this week. You know, it started out with frustration, 5 of Arrows, and then you had Judgment, the Great Bear. Don't let your emotions get the best of you with that Moon on the Water. Let the universe, guide you. Then you've had the 3 of Arrows, jealousy. Maybe some jealousy popped up. People bestowing blessings upon you. Could be a war coming up, a war of words, or just a literal war. And it could be, part of that unrest that's going on right now. Get rebalanced, get in tune with nature. Yesterday's was 7 of Bows, clearance. Clear things out, once you become, balanced. And then this Journey card pops up. And in a normal tarot deck, the Rider-Waite, this card is reminiscent of the Death card. And a lot of people get scared of the Death card, and because they see death, and that's what they think. They think death is going to happen. Well, death is happening. I mean, every day, if you look at our cells within our bodies, they're recreating ourselves. So, we are living and a dying human being, every day. New cells take place, old ones die off. All right. If you look at just nature in itself, there is an ecosystem that's out there, okay, that also looks at death and rebirth. For plants, it's, when fall comes, things start going into hibernating mode, dying off. And then when spring comes, everything gets bloomed up. In a normal ecosystem, with animals, it's, the bigger ones always eat the littler ones, as it comes along. And then you've also got the rebirth of, springtime comes and, new fish spawn, new rabbits get created, things of that nature. So there's life and death, all right? And there's also, death and life. To me, this is not a card to be fearful of, just like that Guardian. To me, this is a card saying, okay, we talked yesterday about that 7 of Bows clearance. You need to clear something out. Clear something out to the fact that, okay, it's done, it's over with. I need to start something new. Whether it's a new project, a new career, a new relationship, new social setting, all right? It could just be, you know what? I'm going back to work. The death would be, before, this was normal. Now, it's a new normal. Have to wear face masks. Maybe you have to wear gloves. Have to sanitize a lot more frequent in your office. Have to stay, that social distancing 6 feet apart. The death of the old normal is being taken place by the new normal. All right? So, when I see this, I look at opportunities, okay, for myself. What can I do? What can I get rid of? That's maybe it's burden, or maybe it needs to be cleared out, or maybe that's not giving me the balance in order to move forward. Okay, what do I need to cast out that's no longer serving me? All right, to grow on my spiritual journey, my spiritual path. All right, because even though that deer is dead there's still life in that deer, because the raven's pecking at the old muscles, or maybe there's still some meat on that skull for the raven to continue to live. So the symbology around this card is that the ravens watch over the souls who have fallen in battle. Okay, and just as loved ones have moved on in my life, and I'm sure loved ones have moved on in your life, death and grieving can be a serious process, but most cultures right now don't look at death as a final process. It's a celebration of life. Let's celebrate the life that person has lived with us. Let's celebrate the life, whether it's long or short, of, being able to have that soul, okay, tap into our soul for a little bit, whether it's a short time or a long time. How do I want to remember that person? Okay. The raven is also a guardian of the dead as a guide. And, the raven kind of has that all-seeing eye. And, you've seen this in some of the movies like Game of Thrones, all right? That raven was that all-seeing eye for Bran, showing him the future, showing him, what possibly could happen. Okay, we all have that third eye. If you think about the chakras, all right, it's one of the top chakras, and it's that third eye that right here in the middle of your forehead that just kind of gives you the visions of what's happening ahead. All right, if you really meditate and think about it. Also, at one time, the dead were seen as guardians and holders of wisdom, and a lot of respect was paid for them. They put them out on pyres and throw them out on boats and burn them by fire. Indians would put them up on totems, on high sticks, and the Egyptians, they figured out a way to preserve the body, and they buried him in the sand. So those that are dead, okay, they were seen as the guardians and holders of wisdom. And even myself, I kick back and I ask spirit, I ask those that have passed on in my lifetime, grandmas, grandpas, dads, aunts and uncles, older aunts and uncles, what wisdom can you provide me? Help guide me. And I throw it out to the universe too. Dead presidents talk, I think one of either Napoleon Hill or somebody else talked about it. Talk to those that have passed on, Abraham Lincoln and stuff. Those souls still exist, up in the heavens or in the universe or whatnot. And maybe you can touch into that, just that little bit of wisdom that they have to help you out with a situation or a problem, give you that knowledge so you can move forward. And as I said earlier, death is a part of life. Life is a part of death. So, the journey on your spiritual path represents the opportunity for cyclical change. We see that in the plants every year. We see that in our grass, in the northern hemisphere, and I'm sure, other areas see that in the migration of animals back and forth. Okay, it's not to be feared. As I said, it's supposed to be celebrated and accepted. All right, so let the past die and acknowledge your deepest fears and desires. Okay, ask that universe, about that project or relationship or social distancing or social media. Okay, ask how to help with your communication skills. Okay, maybe there's an issue with something going on at work with your career. All right, especially with so many people being unemployed right now. All right, hey universe, hey Benjamin Franklin, how do you feel about this idea that I have? How can and throw that out to the universe, and your gut will know, your soul will know what the answer is. You just have to take that time to listen. And if change does comes around, don't be afraid to act on it. Move on that change. Do not fear the change, because it's a time of realignment. It's a time of realigning your soul to what Spirit has for you, so you can grow and learn and not be stagnant, so you can continue moving forward on your spiritual path. All right, and just like that Seven of Bows yesterday that we talked, yesterday we talked about, you need to clear out the old for new stuff to come in, for you to grow and learn. And in this case, the old must die off as well before new growth can be renewed as it comes into your life. And then when it does, celebrate it, acknowledge it. Acknowledge the passing of that dead concept or that, I don't want to say a dead person or anything like that, but, something that's moved on, something that's no longer serving you. Acknowledge it and say thank you. Celebrate that fact that, thank you, this burden has been weighing me down for so long. And now I've been able to, to either talk about it to the universe or, think about it even more clearly because I got an answer, and, this is the way I need to go. Celebrate the fact that you've got that answer, okay, and rejoice. And when you rejoice, don't expect it to happen overnight. The universe will provide when it's the right time for it. So have that patience and be calm. Be humble, like we were talking about with that Three of Arrows, the jealousy. Be patient, okay, in the process, knowing that new things are going to come your way. In order for them to really take hold, you have to get rid of stuff. That's what that Seven of Bows clearance, okay? For you to be on that next life lesson journey, clear that stuff out, let the old, fade away. Rejoice in the fact that you recognize that. Be patient and calm, and that new opportunity will come to you when you're ready for it, and it'll help you grow. So that's today's message with the journey. This is D for the Spirit's Path. Leave your comments down below. Hit that like button for me. Share it with others. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. God bless. And stay safe, everybody.